Larry's brain has a unique process, and it's easily disrupted. He has autism. His behavior is most extreme when he's out of his routine, adjusting to change or new surroundings.
Sometimes when his voice gets pretty loud, that can probably scare people. People just don't know how to interact with that. And probably they think that something is really wrong.
People often interpret Larry's behavior as threatening and confronting. He's treated as a social outcast.
People with autism are discriminated against all the time as being seen as weird, mentally retarded, cold, uncaring, selfish, lacking empathy. It's not the adult with autism's choice. They are behaving 100% appropriately for how their brain works. Their behavior is normal for their brain, but the outside world doesn't understand that.
Autism is a developmental disorder, and it's characterized by issues in 3 areas. The first is social interaction. The second is the presence of repetitive behaviors or restricted interests. And the third is language.
Without language skills, Larry had a life of solitary confinement. Most assumed he had mental retardation and nothing to say. But then he discovered facilitated communication, assisted typing with a computerized voice. And suddenly, Larry showed he wasn't who people thought he was at all.
People too often look pitifully at a person like me. I'm a loser in terms of mixing socially because my behavior is weird.
Larry was aware that he was treated like an outcast. Now he can show that he's the same as everybody else.
See this.
Larry's sister Sally believes it has transformed his life.
It was a rebirth for him when he started typing, because then he could get all his thoughts out and express himself. He was silent for over 30 years.
Many people with autism are nonverbal. They may communicate by pointing, pacing, walking over to what they want. Even if they are verbal, they don't pick up on social cues. Normally, they don't pick up on other people's body language, facial expressions, so they can't connect to people. It's almost like they're in a country where people speak a foreign language that they don't understand.
For Larry, art is language. Through painting, he communicates complex ideas about autism and society.
My
perspectives on art and the idea of eclecticism is what should be implanted in our mass cultural views of autism. We are all differently skilled.
We are all differently skilled.
Now, cut that out. The thing now.
When Larry's doing his art, he might be saying a lot of things, and then all of a sudden there's this quiet, there's this real calmness.
Larry's art is his self-expression. Larry has been doing art since he's been probably 5, 6 years old.
Larry found refuge in art when he was misunderstood, misdiagnosed, and locked up in an institution at 8 years old. It became a form of therapy for him.
They said he was severely mentally retarded. In another report, they would say he was schizophrenic. In another report, that he was clinically insane. Larry was physically abused when he was there. Larry has scars on him. He has gone through hell.
When Larry was 20, Sally rescued him from a mental institution. She's cared for him ever since.
You want to take your spoon and stir it in there for me? Larry's extremely independent. He helps me prepare a lot of meals. Larry is a working member of our family like the rest of us, and he's included in everything. Ooh, Larry, bring the goulash over to us. Yay! Ready to dig in. And Larry will never, ever, ever be without me.
Larry's lucky to live with his family. But across town, Tracy Thresher has chosen to go it alone. He moved out to be independent. Once a week, he returns for dinner and sometimes stays overnight. Tracy's mom, Sue, welcomes him with open arms.
Hi, Tracy.
Hey,
Good to see you. Who is that?
Mama.
Good to see you. Can you come in? We got chicken tonight for dinner. How's that, guys?
For Sue, raising a child with autism was very difficult.
As far as he was treated in this house, he was treated like any other child. He was very much loved. On the outside, he was treated very badly. I mean, he was made fun of horribly. That's why I didn't take him to very many functions, because I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand somebody saying, look at that kid, he's a retard.
Doctors offered little help.
They just wanted me to put him in an institution and forget about him. And they were saying, he's never going to amount to anything. So they diagnosed him like the first man on Earth, how a caveman would be.
Before he typed, Tracy was a prisoner in his own body.
I was not able to let people know what I was thinking or feeling. I was alone, trapped in autistic madness. I was just looking to be understood.
Having a voice freed him.
There are neurological differences with my body and movement and lack of speech. But on the inside, I am the same as you, wanting a life with purpose, love, freedom, to make my own choices and live a normal life.
Tracy's craving for a normal life finds him seeking treatments like this: music therapy. Rhythm helps develop his speech and movement,
Your feet know where they're going.
as well as strengthen pathways between different parts of his brain.
One of the largest misconceptions about autism is that once you're diagnosed with autism, you're going to be that way the rest of your life. You're always going to be permanently, developmentally, severely impaired, and you'll never have a chance to have a normal life or a full life. People with autism can develop with proper treatment.
Remarkably, Tracy has defied his condition in another way. He's made a friend, Larry. They've teamed up to fight the taboos associated with autism.
I think the most common misunderstanding is that I am not social, or that I can't have relationships.
Our powerful, nice personalities complement each other well. We're willing to try anything. Tracy both moves and vaults me into new experiences.
Their friendship has inspired them to help others with autism.
We could start with doing some introductions because
Tracy's mentoring an autistic high school student in a disability advocates group.
I am happy to see my friends, Green Mountain self-advocates. It's a common misunderstanding that we are not thinking people, acting without any idea of what's going on around us, and not wanting to get involved or jumping on the train of life. I found my purpose in life, and it's to change the world's view of disability to that of ability.
Change the world to that adjacent.
Incredibly, Larry and Tracy tour the globe, spreading their message. And they even made a documentary about their experience that's screened across the U.S.
I want to take a chance to talk a little bit about why it means so much to me.
After the film, it's time for Q&A.
I was I was a very angry person before typing. Now I walk the red carpet of life with autism.
The popularity of my film makes Sally lucky to live with a movie star.
I'm very proud of my brother. I'm very proud of Tracy. They are two men who have persevered through things that I don't know if I could have lived through.
So often misunderstood, these two friends challenge society norms by asking, isn't treating people as outcasts taboo?
Can you, as a supposedly non-disabled person, see me for who I truly am? Not seeing the autism, but me, the real Tracy.
But me, we Tracy.